In my village, there is a grave that sings, but no one dares to go near it after sunset. My name is Adama, son of Ajani, the palm wine tapper. Listen carefully, my brother, because what I will tell you is true as the earth under your feet. I was there when the grave began to sing. It happened in our village of Olowo Echo, nestled between wide rivers and thick forest lands. In our village, we respected the dead greatly. The ancestors were not gone. No, they walked beside us, watching, blessing, and sometimes warning. We had a graveyard at the far end of the village beyond the last baobab tree. It was called Orun Ile, the Earth's Gate. Only the honored dead were buried there. Chiefs, hunters, wise women, and those who had lived clean, upright lives. No one joked at Orun Ile. No one went there after sunset, except for that night. It was the season of long rains. The nights were heavy with mist, and frogs sang louder than the crickets. I was returning from my uncle's hut after a late meal when I heard it, faint but clear, like a lullaby sung by a mother to her child. A woman's voice, soft, sweet, sorrowful.
And it was coming from Orun Ile. At first I thought it was a trick of the wind, but the next night the song came again, clearer now, weaving its way through the mist, carrying words none of us recognized. The elders said nothing. The women clutched their children tighter. The hunters sharpened their spears, but refused to go near the graveyard. On the third night, curiosity gnawed at me like a rat. I gathered my closest friends, Yemi, Sango, and Kelechi, and we decided to go and see for ourselves. We carried palm oil torches and charms tied around our necks. We told no one. The air at Orun Ile was thick and cold. Even the frogs refused to sing. We crept between the graves, our torches casting long, shivering shadows. The song grew louder, rising from a single grave, a small, forgotten one at the far end, where the weeds grew tallest. The tombstone was cracked. The name had been worn away by time and rain. As we stood there, frozen in fear, a shape rose from the earth, a figure cloaked in mist, its face hidden beneath a hood of woven grass.
The song stopped, and a voice whispered, "You forgot me!" We fled like goats chased by thunder. The next morning, the whole village buzzed with news. The chief called for a meeting under the Iroko tree. The oldest among us, Mama Aduni, spoke. Long ago, she said, there was a girl named Eshe, a bright, beautiful child. She disappeared during the planting season 50 years ago. Some said she drowned in the river. Some said she was stolen by slave raiders. Nobody was ever found. But out of shame, because they feared the spirits would think them careless, the villagers dug a grave and buried a small bundle of her clothes, pretending it was her. A false burial, Mama Aduni said, tears in her blind eyes. Her spirit has wandered ever since, crying for the truth. The chief ordered a cleansing. Drummers, singers, and priests marched to Orun Ile. They beat drums, sang songs of remembrance, and poured libations at the singing grave. It was there. I saw it as the first gourd of palm wine touched the earth. The ground trembled softly. From the cracked grave, a soft light rose, golden, warm, tender. For a moment, I swear we saw her, a small girl in a tattered wrapper, smiling, her arms wide as if embracing the village. And then, she was gone. The grave stopped singing. Since that day, Orun Ile has been peaceful. No strange songs at night, no cold mists among the graves, and every festival of yams, we lay a small basket of sweet yams at the base of the forgotten tombstone with a sign that says, "To Eshe, who is never forgotten again." I tell you, my brother, never think the dead forget, and never pretend a loss did not happen. The earth carries memory deeper than any drumbeat. May your steps always be seen by the ancestors.